Welcome to BI Courses YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about the use of business intelligence holistically along with glimpse of Copilot in Power BI. The whole and sole purpose of using Power BI or any other tool is for data analysis. But as we all know, there are four different flavors to it: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. Talking about each one of them one by one. First, descriptive analysis. It's about understanding past behavior, track trends, and identification of key performance indicators like sales report, financial dashboard, inventory reports, etc. Most of the time, we use graphs, charts like line chart, pie chart, data table, etc. Then comes diagnostic analysis. This one dives deeper to uncover the root causes behind the observed trends or anomalies. It seeks to explain why certain events occurred. We can use AI graphs like key influencers, decomposition chart for establishing some reasoning behind the anomalies. Predictive analysis. It uses historical data, statistical models, and machine learning algorithms to forecast future outcomes and identify potential risks or opportunities for example, fraud detection, risk assessment, demand forecasting, etc. And finally, prescriptive analysis. This goes beyond predicting what will happen. This recommends concrete actions that will optimize outcomes. It suggests the best course of action to achieve a desired goal. This often involves AI ML algorithms, for example, including price optimization, search engine recommendations, supply chain optimizations, etc. Talking about Copilot in Power BI, it's been more than a year when Microsoft introduced Copilot into Power BI. But in order to use it, administrator must enable Copilot in Microsoft Fabric. This is a foundational step for access. If we need access, we need to have a paid Fabric capacity F2 or higher, or premium Power BI premium capacity P1 or higher. Just to note, trial XKUs are not supported. Once these are in place, a workspace must be selected on Power BI desktop against which Copilot will run. Let's see. Here is our Power BI desktop. In order to select a workspace which is enabled via Copilot, here is our Power BI. In order to use Copilot on Power BI desktop, we must select a workspace which does have the Copilot capacity enabled by the administrator. Right now, I personally do not have any workspace which is enabled, which is Copilot enabled, but we can always see from where that option can be toggled. We go to File, Option and Settings, and go to Options. Under Options, the global options, we will see something known as Copilot Preview. Select this. Once you select this, you will have the option to select a workspace which is on premium capacity with Copilot enabled. If you have it, then you would be able to select a drop down would appear, and then you would be able to select a particular workspace against which we want to run the Copilot. Once done, Copilot can be easily used from this option. Right now it says that none of our current workspaces are compatible because we do not have it. Else, you can also choose the workspace from here. Let's also understand how and what one can do with Copilot, which is governed by who is holding what role in terms of Power BI. If there is a business user who just have access to report or underlying dataset on Power BI service, that person would be able to query the data, generate visuals on the fly, and ask questions. Talking about report builders or developers, their main functions are generating report pages, taking help in writing DAX queries, and summarizing semantic models. Report builders or developers are often the semantic model owners who are responsible for a set of tasks which make using Copilot possible. It's optimizing models, adding business descriptions to enable Copilot understand our ask. Before we move forward, let's understand one thing, that just having premium capacities and model connected to privileged workspace won't be of any use if we do not enable Q&A. Secondly, we need to work on synonyms and relationships to make sure Copilot is able to function properly. This is not just necessary for developer, but for business users as well. Let's see these settings and options on Power BI Desktop. Before we use Copilot or make a good use of Copilot, it is necessary that we set it up in a way so that when someone asks question in a normal human language, natural language, then Copilot should be able to understand it, because the normal human language could be as simple as get me the total number of customers. What if the customer's name or customer IDs are in form of a column name just ID? Specifically, the person has not asked get me the distinct count of IDs. Then how will Copilot understand and render correct results? In order to do so, or in order to make that happen, let's see Q&A. Under modeling, we will see something known as Q&A setup. Click on it. It will give you different options. Synonyms, relationships are the most important ones. Let's go to synonyms. For each and every table and fields underneath it, we need to provide synonyms which would be business friendly as well as developers friendly. Not every time even a developer can remember that there was a product key. Maybe just product, and product name should be like not product underscore name but product space name. That also applies to different measures. Let's see. Let's go to fact sales. I know that we have a few measures over there like adjusted profit, adjusted revenue. We can provide more names to it so that when we ask or when someone types in that new profit or something known as, for example, like we already have adjusted profit as the name, which Power BI has done it for us, or it could be new profit. We can provide n number of names. Order quantity, we can have just quantity, because in natural language we always do not say what was the order quantity, we say what was the quantity, isn't it? That would be easy. Also, if you see, we have suggestions either from thesaurus or from Copilot that what possibly we can have these names as. Fact sales, it is saying that transactions could be one of them. Yes, that's true. We can have transactions. So we just need to hit on the add button and it will be added. Let's order target. Uh, Previous month order. We saw previous month order somewhere. Previous month orders. A normal human being may ask last month order. That's it. Let's add something like this so that when someone asks on Copilot that how many were the last month order, then Copilot should be able to recognize that it is that the person is trying to refer to previous month orders, isn't it? So we need to provide a synonym. This is, of course, exhaustive task, but it is important. Again, if we want some properties or some tables that we do not want it to be, queryable from Copilot, we can exclude it from here. For example, if we do not want someone to use business type, then we can exclude it like this. If we do not want city to be queried, for example, if we have many cities, okay, one city could be the reseller city, another one could be the customer city. If we do not want this city to appear, then we can switch this off. Or if we want both of them, then we can write resellers city, isn't it? And remove this one because by default, the city could be, by default, it goes that the city, when someone refers to city, it is about the customer city. And if someone wants to specifically talk about reseller city, then this is the way to go, isn't it? Let's see relationships now. Let's open one of them. Relationships help us to determine when someone asks that cities, then what city and which table that needs to be considered from. Let's click on it. So dim customers are in cities. It's other way around. Cities are in dim customers. So we will choose city are in dim customer. The location cities indicate where cities are in dim customers. Now we will apply it. So now the cities are in dim customers. Similarly, dim customers are in country regions. No, it's country regions. When someone says country region, then it should come to the dim customers table. Correct? So we need to correct the relationships here. This is not the modeling relationship. Don't get confused. It is about the relationship when someone asks on Copilot in a natural language, then how it needs to be considered. I believe you got the gist. Both of these tasks are quite exhaustive, no doubt about it. But with Copilot enabled, you will have many suggestions too, which you can just click on it and you can get it approved, or you can have it under approved relationships. I believe this explains that in order for Copilot to work seamlessly, quite a bit of work is involved in the background. It is not like that you enable Copilot and you start asking questions and create beautiful measures and it will do it for you. Manual effort is involved. Maybe going forward, Microsoft will come along with some more extra options which will help us in doing these gracefully. But as of now, synonyms relationships has to be done manually. There is one more option. If I remember, there were some more options of having it exported. Let me show you. Having it exported to a language, import export, yeah. So you can export it to, I believe, a JSON file or something. Let's export it. LSDL file, YAML file. Yeah, exactly. YAML file. And then you can have things updated there itself. But again, it is exhaustive too. And then you can just import it. Maybe we can use AI in order to update YAML file. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a workaround as well that you can export a YAML file, update the YAML file, and then import it. It will have all those stuff like relationships and synonyms. Yeah, that's all. All right, folks. Today we learned how to enable Copilot in Power BI and what all pre-work is required in order to make Copilot usable in semantic models context. Before you go, please like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you.